What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna wear the scarf like this for the whole video. That's what I've decided.
You fool.
Grab your coffee, kick back, relax. We're gonna get into another raid boss in Sepulcher, the first one. So we've got all the bosses down now, except for Andy. We killed Lihuvim last night, and this is what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to go over the Lihuvim fight. What build did I run as Enhancement Shaman? What do I think is strong in this fight? And what are the boss mechanics? There's a couple of important ones, but on normal, this one's pretty easy. Certainly compared to Anduin. It's all the bosses in here are kind of easy. So we're going to go over that in a second, but let's start off with my build. Let me just get one more sip of coffee here before we get into it. Okay. So what do we run? We ran Witch Doctor Wolfbones, of course. I've kind of been taking this one in almost every single fight, just seeing if it works. And it seems to be working quite well. So I've been like modifying my build every single fight. And you guys saw me take Ice Strike into a couple of the fights. And this time we did a Hot Hands build with Elemental Blast. But we did go to Hailstorm. We pivoted over to Hailstorm rather than doing Elemental Assault. And that's because I've changed my conduits a little bit. So the legendary I'm running is Witch Doctor Wolfbones. The build is going to be Elemental Blast with Hot Hands and Hailstorm. That's the combo that we're going for, okay? Now, why are we doing that? Well, because I dropped my Primordial Wave conduit, which I'm actually very sad about because I love this thing. And once we get double legendaries, like, I think this will become mandatory. But for now, I did the Chill to the Core plus Magma Fist combo, and we're always running Focus Lightning, of course, as your third conduit there. Always, always, always. But these two I was swapping out for Tumbling Waves, right? Depending on what build I was doing. But this time I took both of them. So I took Chill to the Core, and I took Magma Fist. Just to see, like, what our damage was going to be like. And I actually have the breakdown here. We did about 7.2 overall, which is good. It's not amazing, but it's fine. This fight has like a lot of running around, and there's like ads that you have to kill. So that's also why I wanted to run this build. Feral Spirit uptime was about 42%, which is not bad at all. And that's because of the Chill to the Core conduit, right? That's because of this. Frost Shock giving us a chance to get Maelstrom weapon stacks. Maelstrom weapon stacks, of course, reduce the cooldown of our Feral Spirits. That's the whole point of the build. That's why we're running it. And so we had 42% uptime there. The Hailstorm talent also will really help you deal with the AoE portion of this this fight, which there are ads at least twice in the fight. And on Heroic, I think it'll be even more so. So Hailstorm will actually get some really good effect there. You can see the Maelstrom generation. We had 532 stacks of Maelstrom weapon generated over the course of this fight. And it was a 5-minute and 51-second fight. So let me get the calculator out really quick. 60 times 5, that's 5 minutes. Plus 51 seconds. So plus 51. There we go. So 351 seconds. And then we're going to take 351, right? So 532 divided by 351. Let me just do that. So we generated 1.5 stacks of Maelstrom weapon every second. 1.5 stacks of Maelstrom weapon every second. Okay? That's what this number means here. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for this build. And that's all because of the Hailstorm Frost Shock interaction. Oops, that's really big. With of course, Chill to the Core. So that's why we ran that. Now, we ran the crit conduit, Magma Fist. So let's see how much damage. How many times did Lava Lash crit? Well, it crit 45% of the time, so almost half the time it was critting. That's because of the Magma Fist conduit. Okay, that's why we take it. So you can see over there on the right-hand side, we had 28 normal hits and 23 crits, and those are all pretty good. So that's why we're sort of like, you know, we're trying to weigh the options here. We got rid of Tumbling Wave because it's basically just a chance for this to happen, whereas Magma Fist is giving you a much higher chance to crit. It's going to be more consistent. Chill to the Core has a really high chance to get Maelstrom weapon stacks, so that's very consistent as well. That's why we ran all those things there. So that's the build. That's the setup that we ran. And I'm going to put the scarf down now because it's driving me crazy. Okay. that's it. So if you want to run it, if you want to try this build in your raid, you can do it. This is a pretty single target focused fight. There are some ads, like I said, but for the most part, it's a single target fight. So that's that. Let's switch over to the video here. Let's make this full screen. So here's the video of the fight. I'm gonna get my notes up. Let me put them over here. I know you're gonna see them. Oh no, you guys saw them for like a split second there. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna show you the opener here, and I'm gonna walk through every single mechanic as it happens in the opener, because they're very easy to understand once we sort of talk about them. So grab your coffee. Let me take one more sip here, and then we'll get into it.
4, 3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
Beep boop.
So we lusted on pole just because we haven't. This is our first time pulling this boss, so you just want to like lusting on pole is a good idea to do that if it's your first time, because you can just be really strong and push through some of the initial phases, but this boss isn't even that hard. So Protoform Cascade, this is the first ability that she does. It's the most important one for melee. She just puts a ring of circles around herself, and you can't be standing on them. So here it comes.
Run away from that.
You don't actually have to run away from that. I didn't understand at the time, but Doogie and Zev, it comes down pretty quickly, so you need to be paying attention to this. So there's a little ring around her. You can see the glowing ring. Do not get hit by that.
That does a lot of damage.
If you do, it does a ton of damage, but you can just stand inside the ring. Here's the second ability. It's called Unstable Moat. You can see that a bunch of the people here have circles around them. These are the bombs in the fight. You have to go take these bombs and drop them off somewhere away from the fight. You're going to see everybody do that right now. They're running over here to the wall. You can see this little moat right here, this little star-looking thing. Those are the bombs. If you touch those, you take a ton of damage. So that's why you want to get them away from the group. Here comes the cascade again. I keep running out of it because I'll learn later, but you don't need to run out of this. Deconstructing Energy now goes on 2 people. I think it's on one of the tanks and then somebody else. It's on Glow and Zeph right now. Now, this gets rid of the bombs that you just took to the wall over here. Over here, these little moats, you can get rid of them with these circles. So just keep that in mind. So those people need to go get rid of the bombs.
That can go and clear off those bombs. So you just go back to that area and
So that's that.
here comes the glow.
Cosmic Shift is the pushback. This is the pushback mechanic. Now, the idea with this fight is that you're going to have to go put the bombs somewhere in the room, and then she's going to push you back and hope to hit those bombs. So you need to make sure that you're positioning correctly so that you don't get pushed into the bombs that just got dropped off by your friends. Here's the knockback here. Good time to use Pharaoh Lunge. You can Pharaoh Lunge right back in.
Over by orange, and we'll go from there.
Unstable Moat. These are bombs again. Same mechanic going on. These are the bombs. People need to drop these off. Now, she runs into the middle because we've done enough damage. We've kind of phased her. This is called Synthesize. So around the room, there's a bunch of big ads. We need to go and get those
There we
ads.
go. Stay here.
Drop these off, get into the little
Sorry,
area,
my voice is so
and
loud.
we'll blow
So
him
we need to kill this Automa here. Now we're late to getting to him. You'll see in a minute. We needed to get on him right away.
pads into the center.
You have very little time to kill this guy. Look at over here. There's a 10-second timer. So you only have about 15 seconds to kill these guys. 10, 9, 8. You're going to see 7. You take a bunch of damage while you're in here too. So we didn't get him in time.
We're supposed to kill him before
We did not kill him in time, and you're going to see what happens. The other ads come in that we need to kill.
into the center, and we'll go
They start casting Degenerate. And look at the health bars on everybody here. Degenerate will start to wreck these people.
that we want to cleave.
It just kills them.
We're dying because we didn't kill this guy.
And as Hero just said, we're dying because we didn't kill the initial golem. So we screwed up that part, and you can't mess it up, or else everybody will just die.
That's basically it, guys. Just everyone die.
So, but that's okay. Everybody was running into the middle for the boss, but they need to just kill the ad instead. So let's skip ahead to where we do it correctly. So this is we're caught right back up again to the same phase. She's about to run into the middle. These are the bombs.
Stay.
So drop
the
those
people with bombs.
Drop those bombs off. Then we need to kill the ad really quickly, so we get on him. We have about 15 seconds here to kill this ad. See over here, we're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. But we get him in time, so he dies. Then all the ads over here are gonna come out. All the little ads.
Boss in the center, and then we're gonna be moving toward purple.
The idea, I think, is to group all these ads up with the... There's another big ad in the middle of the room who's coming, but you really, on normal, you can just nuke these ads down with AoE damage,
Kill the boss in the
which is
center,
what we end up
bring
doing.
ads in there,
Hero is trying to get us to move into the middle, which is fine. That's probably the right idea, but you can also just kill these ads right here if you want to. And you can stun them, and you can CC them, because they're going to cast Degenerate, so you can actually stun them and blind them, whatever you want to do. So we kill the ads. Here's the other ad I was just talking about. So you kind of want to group them all together, which we didn't do here, but that's the idea.
Can he be cleaved?
Yep.
Yeah, he's taking damage.
So then you should have all these guys on top of the main boss, because then you can cleave damage onto her, right? So again, this is our like second time pulling it. We didn't understand. Okay, now we're back onto the boss.
Guys, and we're gonna be dropping
You're gonna repeat phase 1.
at orange.
Repeat phase 1.
Area. So
But in a different spot now. We're going to line ourselves up with this new big Goliath-looking ad over here. We already killed the one over here, so now we're moving on to the next one. And you want to tank the boss like really close. Now I finally learned that you can just stand inside this circle,
you're gonna get
and you don't have to run away from it as a melee. Here comes the bombs. People need to drop them off.
Guys, drop these off and then get up there.
You can just drop them off to the left there.
And then someone's gonna have to
Again, we're always going to tank the boss in front of the ad that we're about to kill later.
watch for the knockback after that. Here's the knockback.
Knockback. So there's bombs right here. You see that? If I was standing like right here on the boss, I would get knocked into that bomb. So you need to be careful about your positioning. Feral lunge once again.
Next set of orbs, and then we're looking into this next dude.
You just stand inside this. If you're melee, just stand in this circle. Don't worry about it. I'm going to check on heroic actually if that's a problem. Let me check that really quick right now. Let's just look at that really, really quickly. I'm wondering if on heroic that's going to change. Let's look at her abilities on heroic. Resonance. That's a whole new ability. Resonance. Okay. The... nope. Is it up here? Manifest mode. Deconstruction. Causes program to collapse around several players. No. What's it
Here on
called?
the edge.
Sorry. Protoform Cascade. There it is. Protoform Cascade is not here. Oh, there it is. So on heroic, it doesn't look like it does anything different. It just does more damage. A wave of protoform crashes over the area, inflicting 2 yards of the impact. So it just does more damage. Yeah. Okay. So nothing crazy there then. That's good to know. I thought that maybe they would have changed, made it so you can't stand inside this circle, right? That would be brutal. But it looks like even on heroic, it's not going to change. You should have to stand really close to the boss. Okay, so here comes the bombs. We're going to drop these off once again.
Here on the edge.
See everybody dropping them off right here. Now, they're very close to us, so the next time we get pushed back, we need to be very careful here. Here's the knockback.
Don't get hit into these.
So somebody was right there. There was a druid right there. I think that was Dupa, maybe? I think he just was in a tough spot there. I'm actually going to back up really quick just to show. Look at Dupa's health. He's the feral druid. He's going to hit this bomb right here. There's a bomb like right here that he's going to hit, I think.
Shift. Don't get hit into these. Okay, good job.
Something like that anyway. Actually, there wasn't a bomb there. But anyway, the point is you just have to watch your positioning here. He didn't die, so that was good. These circles can get rid of the bombs, right? So Calestis on the DH is going to get rid of a bomb.
Are you crashing?
Our warrior tank was crashing right here.
PSDC.
Once again, you can stand inside this little cascade. No problem. We're doing good damage here.
Okay, take those
These
bombs
are the last
forward.
set of bombs before you have to go kill the ad. Now, they're very close, right? So we're going to get knocked back. I'm going to reposition here. I move to the right. I move over away from the bomb so that I don't get hit by... Don't get pushed back in them. Here comes the ad phase.
Okay, add.
This one here.
My stupid flame shot keeps falling off because it's bugged right now for shamans. But anyway, it's all good.
Big damage.
So we're going to kill this ad really quick. You can see the timer over here. 10, 9,
And then to
8,
the center.
7, 6. He's dead. We did well there. Here comes the ads. I'm going to focus the ads down this time because I just think that it's actually easy to do. There's the other big ad that's coming. So you want to drag this big ad and the small ads. You want to bring them all into the middle. But it's not always as easy to do that.
Well,
Range people can hit the boss, but I can't hit her. So I might as well just go kill the ads.
big damage on boss, guys. And then just cleave on the edge.
Yeah, you
I
can
think-
interrupt them.
I think on like heroic and stuff, you're gonna need to do this section a lot better. You're gonna need to bring the ads all together and cleave them on the boss, but it just wasn't possible.
Don't worry about them. They'll
They just cast.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage actually.
Yeah.
Kindred and I were just trying to kill the small guys, basically. But I think you should cleave them all together. That is the better idea, for sure. Now that was close, eh? That little circle there.
Okay, just stack these kind of toward the middle, and then we're going to be heading all the way over. And you can just, grab one glow. That's great. That's fine. Now watch the knockback here, guys. Get toward orange side if you can, so you don't get shifted out.
I'm wondering too if the knockback, there's another Pharaoh lunge moment, right? Every time you get knockback, Pharaoh lunge. I'm wondering too if on like heroic and mythic, if the knockback is like much bigger. I'm assuming it is, which doesn't really matter for us because we can always Pharaoh lunge in, even mid-flight. You can jump back in, right?
Yeah.
So never really a problem for us if you time your Pharaoh lunge correctly.
It's fine. It's just off me.
So we keep killing the boss, drop more bombs off.
Just to the back here. Good. And back in. Watch the pushback.
Our warrior was coming back on Discord. There's the pushback. I think that'll be much harder on heroic for sure. So we're almost getting her down. I think we basically kill her almost before the ad spawns again.
I'll need a cooldown here.
Get a link.
Do you
Get a
need
link
a
on
taunt
Kindred.
off?
Link on Kindred.
There we go. So again, we only have one tank right now because the warrior DC'd. So Kindred's doing a good job on her DH. I finally get a moat that I have to do. So once again, one thing I want to mention here, I got very lucky on this pull because I only got a moat like once, but I don't know if it favors like range people, but anyway, while you're running out here, you can have things like Frost Shock and Elemental Blast and Flame Shock and a Lightning Bolt. You know, you're generating so many stacks of Maelstrom weapon that like you can make sure you press your ranged abilities while you're out here, and then you can Pharaoh lunge back in if you want to. But then you're going to get knocked back. So you can choose when you want to Pharaoh lunge. It's up to you. On heroic.
That's okay. Just kill the boss. Kill the boss.
So now we
Oh,
can
kill her. Okay, cool.
we can actually kill her, but she's ranged, so I can only use my ranged abilities.
I guess.
So that's fine. I'm using like Frost Shock, Ellie Blast.
Big CD.
Moonfire, baby, moonfire.
Yeah, we do take a bunch of damage because we're not standing in the circle where the ad is. So this is really dangerous.
Frost
But
Shock.
she was so low that we decided to just do this. There we go. We got her down.
Nice.
That's the only time you would ever really do this is because she had like 2% of her health left. That's when you can do it. But otherwise, you know, you have to go and do the ad phase again. But that's the whole fight there. So that's it. The most important parts of this fight
'Kay,
are... That's the most important part of this fight, I would say, is... The knockback is really important. We can counter the knockback with Pharaoh lunge. This protoform cascade right here. This is very easy for us to deal with. You just stand right next to the boss. You're not going to move at all, which is really fantastic. That's really great. When the ads come up in the ad phase, I think that it's probably better to focus them down. I mean, on normal, it doesn't really matter. On heroic, you're going to need like a real strategy where you have tanks like Death Knights and anybody else who can pull mobs in. Maybe get some druids to push the mobs in with their big not cyclone, but whatever their blast ability. I forget what it's called, but you can get all kinds of different monks can use Ring of Peace to bounce the ads in. You need to group all the small ads together with that big ad in the middle and then cleave them all down, because otherwise you'll be putting too much damage into like the ads and not enough damage into the boss. So that is the only kind of thing about there. When when you're done killing these ads, these big Goliaths, and you get all the little dudes, oh, they're not even going to show up. Might be these guys here. Yeah, the degeneration guys, they all come out. You need to bounce these guys in and try to get them all grouped together so that you can cleave / AoE them down. It'll be a lot more damage for your group, right? Like, it's just always going to be better. So that's the general strategy, I would say. But the main things that you need to look out for is, of course, the protoform cascade. You can stand inside of that. And then when the ads come out, you need to AoE them down. And then you need to use your Pharaoh lunge every time she knocks you back. That's about it. She, not that one. That's the tank thing, I think. This is at the Cosmic Shift. She'll push you away and do damage. So it just, all you got to do is Pharaoh Lunge back in, and you'll be perfect. If you get one of those motes that you need to drop off, the bombs, you can go drop off the bomb and then Pharaoh Lunge back in, or use Spirit Walk. You can use these things sort of interchangeably, right? So Spirit Walk back in once you drop a bomb off, and then once she pushes you away, Pharaoh Lunge back in again, right? So make sure you're using your movement speed abilities to keep yourself on the boss, to have optimal uptime on this boss. But this boss is not that hard on normal. On Heroic, it looks like it adds an entirely new mechanic, which is very cool. This resonance thing, I'm going to be excited to see how that kind of goes. But on normal, guys, this is pretty simple. You just want to tank the boss in front of the ad that you're about to go kill, and then you go kill that ad. And then you go kill all the small ads that come out, right? So you kill this big guy first, then you go kill all the tiny ones, and then you go back to the boss, repeat phase 1. That's all it is. That's all it is right there. So that's it. Our damage was okay. I could have done better, but again, just learning a fight, you know, your damage is never really optimal. But again, this is the build that I was running just for a final review of everything that I did. I was running Witch Doctor Wolfbones as my legendary. And, of course, we're running Ellie Blast, Hot Hands, Hailstorm. We're running this combo to basically get Hot Hand procs. You're going to be pushing as much Lava Lash damage as you possibly can. As it shows here, our Lava Lash damage was pretty big. And then you're going to support both Frost Shock and Lava Lash with your conduits. The Frost Shock conduit, Chill to the Core. Lava Lash conduit, Magma Fist. Instead of running the Primordial Wave one. That's what I ran, and it helps to, on the Frost Shock side, it'll help generate more Maelstrom weapon stacks, which reduces the cooldown of your dogs and increases your damage, gets you back to your spenders more quickly. On the Lava Lash side, it increases your crit like crazy, makes us have a 45% of our Lava Lashes we're critting here. So that's the setup that I ran for Lihuvim, and that is the boss fight in a nutshell. So it's pretty easy, not too hard, and she has a tier set piece that you can get. So make sure you get in there and get this kill with your guild, or go pug it, and you'll know exactly what you're doing now in your pug. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all the subscriptions and the likes and all that stuff on YouTube. Thank you for the follows and the subscribes on Twitch. Now, listen, we are very, very close to 1,000 subs on YouTube. I'm at 980 right now. I need you guys to do me a favor. Click that red button down there. Get your friends, call your neighbors, wake up your grandma, get her to click the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, okay? We got to get past 1,000. I'm hoping to do that maybe today if possible. That would be really, really cool. But if you like the video, send me a like. If you want to drop a comment, drop it down there, and we will have a conversation about this in the comments down below. And until the next one, guys, see you later.